Hello again, everyone. We are back for another League of Legends cast. In this game, it was mostly diamond with a couple of gold, which is very interesting because you'd think it'd be platinum with gold, but I don't know. I guess platinum's above gold. But in this particular game, we got in pretty early on, so we missed absolutely nothing, which is great. Sounded like there was a little fighting when we just zoomed in, but actually we can see that. Let's go all the way back. There. Okay, we can actually see the whole thing. It wanted to put me at the top, but we don't really want that. Alright, so we actually have the odd one here. So this one's definitely going to be a high-level game because, you know, it's the odd one. TSM. I actually know that name. So alright, so on the purple team we have the odd one as Maokai, jungle. A Rengar, Graves, Taric, bottom of course. Elise is going to be mid. And then on the blue team, we've got Jax, Swain, Fiora, Zyra, and Ezreal. So it's probably going to be Zyra, Ezreal, bot. Ah, that's probably what the fighting was. Just that little thing. Alright, so Fiora, of course... Yep, there it is. Okay, so that was the little fighting we heard as we came in. So it looks like it's probably going to be Zyra, Ezreal, bot, and Jax, of course, is jungling, Swain's going to be mid, Fiora's going to be top. So that's a fairly, almost definitely going to be happening sort of thing. So alright, looks like everybody's just being defensive, nobody's going to be invading or anything. The bot lane here is going to go ahead and start on the golems. This is always a nice thing to do if you can kite well enough to pull it off. It's not usually something you do as the really low levels just because the whole kiting thing is beyond a lot of the lower level players. But if you're able to do it without taking too much damage, it puts you a little bit ahead, and a lot of times that little bit ahead is able to really help. As you can see here, if Zyra's warding here, this is always a good idea if you are going to do good double golems. Because, oh yeah, there's that too, it doesn't leash right anymore, so... It's going to go after whoever's closest now, so I'm not even sure that works very well. They are definitely taking quite a bit of damage there, but I think it's still going to be worth it. After all, these guys do not have any XP from that. Odd one is about to get some, but, you know, that's kind of obvious. But yeah, warding here is a good idea if you're going to be doing this, because a lot of times people like to invade just the two AD carries. And they come in and either attack you and try to kill you, which a lot of times does happen because you're low level, and low on life because of the minion there, or they just push you back, which always kind of hurts a little, but it's not too terrible. So Fiora, Rengar, looks like Fiora's coming out a little bit behind, but they do both have their potions going, so who knows exactly how they're going. Jax is coming. Looks like he's thinking about coming in for a gank already. And we know that's not here. I guess he didn't realize that it wasn't there, or he's just going to wait for it to respawn. So I guess that sort of makes sense. Alright, a little bit of harass going down here. Jax is finally able to do this because it finally respawns. He's going to go ahead and stun them. A good thing is Jax, the whole stunning thing. Alright, looks like they're pushing top lane, so Maokai can come in for a gank. This is actually a really good way to gank. People don't tend to expect lane ganks nearly as much as they do through the river ganks, and it's something that I'm definitely weak on. I tend to river gank far more than I jungle gank, and early on I guess it's not that bad of a thing, honestly, because they're not going to have any wards, especially top. Bottom they're going to have wards, so you're probably going to, if possible, go ahead and lane gank, but Rengar's pushed her to a tower. She's still managing to CS. That's definitely a skill you need to work on if you are wanting to be a really good player. Being able to CS under the tower is always a good thing. Very important. So, alright, looks like the bot lane is also CSing under tower. And Jax is thinking about going in on Elise. He's going to come out, but she's just going to run that way towards Maokai, and she's going to escape fine. There's another ping down here. It looks like... I guess Ezreal was pinging for Zyra to be careful and fall back, because getting hit by Taric stun, it kind of hurts, just a little. It's not so much the Taric stun that hurts, but what comes after. Alright, so Jax is coming in for a gank here. He's going to go ahead and stun him, and first blood goes to Jax. very nice little setup there. He just came in from the river. As I said early on, it's not going to be warded, so it's usually safe to do that, and they're not usually going to notice. And Rengar was pushed all the way forward. You want to be careful not to push all the way forward if you're going to be early on in the game, specifically, because you don't have this ward there, and what just happened can happen to you. You need to be very sure that if you're going to be pushing forward, be ready, and make sure that you know what's going on so that you don't get ganked from that. Little harassment going here. Not much happening. She's still pushing to the tower. She's also a bit overextended. She does have this ward. This is her. So she knows if Jack's going to come that way. She does not know if he comes this way. She's going to go bottom and gank. There's the stun on Zyra, and Elise comes in. They do end up taking him down. In the meantime, Ezreal tried to take down the Graves, got really close. It might actually still end up happening. No! It was very close, though. About half a second, one more tick of the Ignite would have probably got it. Looks like Jax was also thinking about doing a gank up here, but he did not end up doing it. So that ended up being another kill. One kill for the purple team. So the two teams are now tied on kills. There are more assists for the purple team, I believe, off of that, which is always good as the purple team to have more assists. You get gold for the assist, so if you're ahead on assists, it may not seem like much, but it over time it can scale to quite a bit. In this case, it's really not. They're still tied on gold, but over a certain number of assists, it definitely can make a difference. I've had games where we were behind in kills, but we were actually ahead in assists because we were all worked together as a team more, so we ended up having more gold than the enemy team, even though we had fewer kills. So looks like Jax was again thinking about going in for a gank, but he's going to go ahead and go back now. Elise is pushing towards Swain. She's going to try to take him out. She does not end up doing it. Nope. She got pretty close, though. So he's probably going to have to fall back. Either that or he's just going to wait for her to push the tower. His ulti gives him a lot of health regen. All those birds coming back, giving him health. So he may end up just staying there and ulting when he needs to. He is level 6. We just saw him in his ult, so he's probably fine. Fiora is also pushed now. She does have a ward here, so she's going to know if Maokai comes anywhere this way. She's not going to know if he comes all the way through the river, but a lot of times junglers don't come through the river when they are coming to gank top. Not all the way through. It's just such a long distance, and you usually get hit by a ward here. So often it's safe as blue team to ward here. Not always. So keep that in mind. You still need to be careful. Looks like TheOddOne is going to go ahead and give blue to, well, was going to give blue to Elise. He's probably still going to do it, but now he's going to have to be here tanking for quite some time because she went back. So he may end up just going and taking it. He does. He pinged and she went back. He probably didn't really have time to react, but you never know. So he's going to go ahead and take it, which is always nice for him. Alright. Meantime, Jax is jumping to minions so you can get through the jungle faster. Always a nice thing to be able to do, just jump to your own minions. Looks like Graves is actually taking quite a bit of damage here. He's having to be fairly careful because he could probably get destroyed by Ezreal quite quickly. Especially since Ezreal is 6 and Graves is actually not. So Graves is actually behind in XP. So he's got to be quite careful because he doesn't want to get destroyed. Maokai, on the other hand, is coming in for a gank. So if they're able to push this far enough forward, he's going to come into the lane gank. Yes, he's in the lane now. I don't think the blue team knows they're coming in. Jax also came in, so this is 3 versus 3. There goes the Ezreal ulti. They're going in. Taric and Graves are both falling back. Maokai's trying to fall back now as well. They do end up doing it through a nice use of Maokai's pushback. Try to get a little bit more harass in on Maokai, but they don't end up taking him down. There's a good gank and counter gank for both teams. It ended up not getting a kill at all, but it was a very nice play for both. So looks like mid, still just a little bit of harass between the two of them. Swain taking that spider to the face, and he's just doing a little bit of CSing as much as possible. She's able to push him off a lane a whole lot better, as he is not quite as good at harass as she is at the moment. He's really tanky late game, but early game he's pretty slow. So he's having to be fairly careful at the moment. Fiora Rengar. Looks like Fiora's going to go ahead and go back. She was able to get quite a bit of CS there. She's going to go back. She is level 8. Rengar is also level 8. So Rengar may actually get a level advantage on her here. Taking a look at his XP. He's right about halfway, so he's probably going to be level 9 before she gets back. They're going in on Elise now. She does use her spider to... I thought she was going to get away, but she ended up not. She doesn't go and stuns him, though. So she's probably going to escape this with no problem. She does. Rengar is coming down. No, he's just going to go ahead and ward. Looks like Jax is still sticking around. No, he's going to go ahead and back. In the meantime, Ezreal pushed the lane back with his ulti. Tried to get a little bit of farm and just keeping them off of his tower, which is always nice. Rengar did not end up reaching level 9 because he went down here, and I think there weren't quite enough minions. So he's not actually going to have a level advantage. He does have a little bit more XP, but he's coming down for the gank. So he's using up a lot of his time, and he did get caught by that ward. So Swain wisely fell back and says, nope, no gank for you. So now Rengar's having to walk all the way back up there, and he just missed out on a lot of XP for absolutely no reason. But on the plus side, they are still tied. Fiora's now going to go ahead and ward there. Always a good idea. As I said earlier, she's going to go in on him a little bit, do a little damage, and then fall back. Good idea, Fiora. Good idea. Bot lane, they're still pushing towards Graves and Taric. That's usually going to happen when you have a lane like Zyra and Ezreal. They are very aggressive, and a lot of times you are going to have them pushing forward. There's the Taric stun, so Ezreal took quite a bit of damage from that. But, oh, there's the Ignite from Graves on Zyra, so he's going in on it. There's the Ignite from Ezreal on him. Bam. There goes that. There's a Maokai thing here. So Maokai threw his box over just in case. Jax is here. The purple team does not know it. They don't have a ward. And it looks like Jax is going to go ahead and go in on the dragon. There's the box hitting the Ezreal. Maokai says, well, I probably better come down here because that means they're probably going for dragon. So there's another box. It's going to go ahead and burst on the Ezreal. Now it's going to be a smite war between those two. It does end up going to the blue team. Now, TheOddOne's trying to escape. He's probably not going to have a problem. He does not. They did put a ward down here, but this is a pink ward on the blue team, so they were able to take down that ward again. So that's a free dragon to the blue team. Almost. I think Maokai got pretty close to smiting it, but it's really hard to smite off of somebody else. Especially at this high level, because people tend to be really good about smiting when they need to. Sorry, she got a little bit more harass in there. He's got better I don't know. I think they might have about equivalent sustain with her duelist there. Increases her regen. And he's got his Q, I believe? Let's see. That one. Yeah, his Battle Roar. Which is not actually his Q, but it's his W instead. So, his Battle Roar gives him a nice bit of a sustain. As you saw there, it gives him up a little bit of health. Looks like Maokai's coming in off for a gank on Fiora. I think she has her ulti. She does have her ulti, so if they do go in on her under the tower, she can probably just ulti, and she'll end up teleporting around. There we go. There's that. They took a lot of damage off of the tower, and she's probably going to go ahead and get him. She does end up taking him down, and that's not good for a gank. When you gank somebody and you lose somebody, it definitely ends up coming out of your behind. And Swain's trying to escape here. He was coming up to go help, but she also came. So now it's 2 versus 2. He's going to go ahead and he dies. He unwisely went back in when it was probably not a good idea. Now they're going to try to turret dive Jax. They might end up dying again. No, that W did end up saving him. So very nicely played by Rengar. Ended up pulling that out. And now she's going to go ahead and take his blue because he's not around. So there's the Ezreal ult. It's looking quite nice, but it's not really going to do a thing. Poor guy. Had he been here? Yeah, it's kind of funny. It was really close. Had he gone straight to here, he actually would have died, but he didn't. So it looks like OddOne's going in on the blue again. Not sure if he's going to give it to her this time. He's not going to give it to her, actually, because she has one. So there's really no reason for him to give it to her, so he's going to get another blue. Which is always nice as a jungler when you're mana dependent like he is, or Mumu is. Those blues are just very tasty. So Swain just has a whole bunch of XP and CS waiting here for him, so he's probably going to get a lot of money out of this. Yep. He's probably going to miss some just because of the stupid tower, but I think he's okay with that. So there we go. He got a decent amount off of that. Ezreal is still bot. He's 1-on-2, so he's got to be quite careful. He's trying to just CS with his Q. Really a good idea as Ezreal, if you can manage it, because that Q has a really long range, and all in all, it's well worth it, because it doesn't take that much of your mana. Q is his least expensive spell, so why not? And she does ward here, which means that the Graves have to fall back. There's still no ward dragon, which is interesting to me. I always like to ward dragon, but I guess in this case, they're not going to be pushing. I have a feeling if they do end up pushing forward again, she will then ward. There's really no purpose to do it before. It looks like there's a gank going in on Rengar again. Rengar is falling pretty quickly. He's ignited. Swain still has his birds going. Rengar is stealth, so he's trying to escape. He's out of stealth now. Fiora's here. She's going to go in on him. He does, I believe, stun her. He uses his bolo. She's going in, and she uses her ulti. She takes him down with no problem. She's going to escape, and she is fine. It looks like in the meantime we missed something down bottom. There goes that gank. Alright, so there's these guys. Still no wards here, as you can see, so the Jax could come up behind and gank, or the Maokai could come through and gank that way. He can't come through here, because it's warded. But we'll see what happens. He may end up deciding to go ahead and tower dive. Oh, so there goes that. There's the ulti from Zyra on them. They are deciding to tower dive. There's the Maokai under the tower. The Zyra goes down. There's the death up there. Looks like Taric got really low there, but he did not end up dying. So that was very nice on his part. And I missed that. Looks like she came down. She says, "I'm coming to get you." So Ezreal's just trying to escape. And he's like, I'm fine. And then here she comes. And he dies. Very nice. So that ended up being 2 deaths here, 1 death up there. Different lanes, so really can't compare them, but it did end up coming out nicely for the purple team. And she's just trying to get a little harass in on Jax. He's got to be very careful because he knows the other 2 are also here, so he's probably going to go ahead and fall back. He does ward it. Actually, yeah. That's a new ward. Yeah, he goes ahead and wards it so he knows if they're coming, and he knows if they decide to do it. And he's pulling the red all the way over to here on the off chance that they do come this way. He'll be able to see them here, and he can see them this way. So he does safely get it. Blue team just got the top tower in the meantime, so that's a 1-for-1 trade on towers. Graves is going back. Maokai's going back. She's going back mid. Willy-nillys. Alright, Fiora's going back. Everybody's going back. Meantime, it looks like they are pushing bot a little bit. Swain's going back as well, again. Ezreal's just getting his little CS there. Jax is defending mid versus wonderful Elise. Spider. Which is always very good as the jungler. If you could just keep them off of your tower so it doesn't take many hits, it's definitely what you should be doing. And he gets free XP/CS out of it. Wow! On the other hand, maybe not so free because he just jumped down really low there. So Swain's going to come out. He's going to go ahead and fight off the Elise. Push her back. He ends up getting most of the CS anyway, because that spider just hurt like crazy on Jax. It took him down quite a bit. Looks like Rengar does have his full rage, so he's probably soon going to go ahead and W if he ends up taking a bit of harass. There it is, so he's back up, and now she's going in though. Looks like he's doing damage more than her, and she does have minions on her. But I'm not sure how it's going to go. And there's the W, so he can get healed. He's going to go ahead and tower dive. She's going to go ahead and use her ulti on him. He does end up killing her, and does he escape? He does end up living, if just barely. So, nice tower dive on his part. She tried to pull through, but she did not end up being able to do it. Jax is coming in to defend the top as well. Again, it's always nice as the jungler. You don't want your towers going down. And you get free XP and CS, so without your lanes yelling and screaming at you, which is great. Alright, so Taric has a ward here, so they know if anybody's coming through here. They've got a ward there as well, and then there's a ward up here. So really, with warding like this, there's no way that the blue team can get down bot without them knowing, because there's a ward here, which wards for mid, as well as warding this jungle, so he can't come this way, and then there's a ward here, so he can't come out here either, which is always very nice as purple team. And it's nice for mid lane as well, because she knows she's safe. She's going to go ahead and go back, which means Maokai's probably going to go ahead and defend it. If he doesn't, they're going to take this tower. So he's definitely going to try to defend it as much as possible. They're still doing a lot of damage to the tower because he's not really the best lane clearer. They may end up getting it, I'm not sure. He does smite though, and now he's got Zyra under the tower. So she took quite a bit of damage there from that, and I don't think she's going to die to that now. Okay. But Taric Graves are coming up as well, so she may end up dying. Yes, she overstayed her welcome, and she should not have stuck around. When you're that low and there's a Graves who could just burst you down like that, it's a bad idea to stick around. So there's another kill to the purple team. And it looks like the purple team says, hey, it's our turn to do dragon now. And there's not much the blue team can do. As there's 4 of them up, it would be a 4-on-4. Rengar's going to get this tower, no doubt about it. He does end up getting it. And there's the Ezreal ult trying to do a little bit of damage. Elise is now trying to escape. She does end up escaping, but she's going to put him back down, do a bit more damage. Jax is in a weird position. He's going to go ahead and take the dragon. He does get the dragon. And he jumps to a ward so he lives. They do end up losing Fiora and Ezreal, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and lose Swain as well. And now they lose... Nope, just Swain. Okay, so they did end up losing 3 people and a tower for dragon, but they killed 2 people, and as I said, they got dragon. And there's another tower, so that ended up being 2 towers and 3 people for 1 dragon and 2 kills. Not really worth it for the blue team, but I guess it's better than the alternative, where they would have lost a tower and dragon and probably at least 1 person. Who knows? So Rengar's going to go ahead and steal the blue again. So, actually not again, this is his first time, but that's his 2nd blue for the blue team that has gone to the purple team. Taric is he just ultied so he can go ahead and take down these wraiths. That's kind of funny. Bam. Taric is jungling. And it looks like TheOddOne's going to go ahead and give blue to Elise. There we go. She now has blue. So the blue team, Swain really needs blue because of his ulti. That thing sucks up mana like crazy. So he's really hurting without his blue right now. And with it continuously going to the enemy team, he's not happy about this. But there's not really much he can do. She almost landed her bind on him there, but he did end up dodging it, if just barely. So he's going to go ahead and wrap up this CS. She's going to launch her spider. It does end up getting Zyra, taking down a decent chunk of her health, about a quarter of her health with 1 spider. Not too bad. Graves is pushing bot. Jax is getting his jungle. And yeah, there's no wards here, so they don't know it. But it doesn't really matter. You kind of expect it. There's 2 wards here. This ward was what Jax actually used to escape. Jump to the ward. Very good play on his part. It's kind of like Lee Sin, always wanting to have at least 1 ward to jump to so that you can escape. It's kind of like a free flash. Well, not quite free, because you have to pay for the ward. But in some ways, it's free. So Taric's coming up to help. It looks like Maokai is thinking about... No, he's just warding. And it looks like the purple team's grouping mid. So they're probably about to take this tower. There's not too much the blue team can do because there's not enough people here. If the purple team wanted to take that tower, they could take that tower right now. And it looks like they are going to go ahead and do it. There it is. Yes. So there's another tower down for the purple team against the blue team. And that is yet more gold. They are still only 5k ahead, so the blue team's still not doing that bad. They probably feel like they're doing that bad as they are 6-14, and then they've got 1 tower to 4. But compared to some games I've seen, they are not that far behind, and they could probably recover this with just 1 team fight. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen a close game I thought was pretty much over just completely turn around at the last second. Those are always fun. I like those games. Did one a few casts ago. I had one of them. Long, tough road to victory. It was pretty awesome. But looks like Jax is still jungling. The purple team is still pushing down mid. They're going to go ahead and try to at least damage this tower, if not take it. I doubt they're going to be able to take it, but they are going to be able to damage it quite a bit. Every hit from Rengar does a lot of damage. And it looks like all of blue team is now here as well. Jax is thinking about going in. He does go in. He gets the stun on all 4. There's the Ezreal ulti going in. There's the ulti from Fiora. they do end up taking down the Jax and the Ezreal and the Fiora. So that ended up being a 3-4-1 so far. This may end up turning around. They may end up getting another kill on maybe Graves, but I kind of doubt it. He's being pretty careful, so I don't think he's going to escape, or he's going to die. She actually got really close. She did not end up dying yet. She's getting really close. Wow, she is actually going to live this. Very nice on her part. That was very close. And the fact that she lived that is kind of surprising. Let's see how she did that. So there's that. Not sure what that random line is. They're coming in. She just got caught there. She's really close. She doesn't going up. I saw that. So the tower's off of her. She comes in, instantly kills the Swain. She's trying to escape. And there is a shield from, I think it would be Taric. No. I'm not sure who has a shield. Ah, there it is. Right there. The odd one. He has the Locket of the Iron Solari, Maokai. And that is what saved her life. Because without that, she would not have had that shield and she would have died to Zyra. So very nicely played by the odd one. Just keeping her from the clutches of death. It's really close. But, hey, they didn't end up getting her. Looks like the blue team is now pinging for Baron, as they know the purple team is back, but there's not enough of the blue team here. It's unwarded, so they know it's safe. And looks like they are going to go ahead and go for it. The purple team probably expects that they're going to be doing something of the sort. Looks like Rengar's coming in to ward, and now he sees them going in on it. So the rest of the purple team's now going to come. Maokai is far back, but so are Swain and Zyra. So it's currently 3-on-4, which means Fiora melts, and now the purple team is going in on Baron. And the blue team has pretty much nobody to counter it. The purple team is falling back though. There was a Taric stun on Swain, so he's dying. He does end up dying. Ezreal's trying to take her down. He does end up taking down Elise. In the meantime, there's a couple still going in on the Baron. Very nice. Yet again, that was another jump over, steal, and then jump back. In the meantime, Ezreal was killing two. I'll look at that in a moment. But Jax just jumped over, stole Baron. He did end up dying. He didn't escape this time. But all in all, that went really well on his part. See there, see. Still there. He knows it's there. He flashed over it, stole Baron, and then just immediately died. But he died. Did he die to? Okay, he did end up dying to Graves. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ezreal down here. There's the ulti, dealing a little bit of damage to everybody. Now he goes in. Looks like they probably take down. I think there was the stun on him. So Ezreal's doing a decent amount of damage to her. He does end up killing her. We saw that. And then he immediately goes after Rengar. Rengar is trying to take him down first, but Ezreal is a little bit... Oh, wow. That jump over there. So he was then out of range for Ezreal. Out of Rengar's range, so Ezreal ends up getting the kill there. Zyra's trying to escape now from Taric and Maokai. She does end up living. It ends up being a 3-for-2, but the blue team got Baron, which is huge, because that buff is partially why he was able to live there against Rengar. That buff, let's see, keeps moving. Unit's health and mana are regenerating, and he has increased attack damage and ability power, which gave him a massive boost in that little fight against Rengar. And that is in large part why he was able to survive, because you saw when he flashed over, he was pretty much dead at that time. Which means that had he not had the increased health regen and everything, he would have died long before. Now they're going to go ahead and give the blue buff to Ezreal, which I guess kind of makes sense as he does have the Baron buff. He's one of the few on their team. So blue buff is going to be pretty nice. It would be better on Swain, for Swain, I guess. Not sure for the team itself, but Swain would probably appreciate that more. And now it looks like Jax and Swain are going to go ahead and go in on Dragon. It's probably not the best idea for Swain to go help, as Jax has an easy escape, Swain does not, but Swain ends up pulling out with no problem. So he's safe. There's the ping saying, hey, they're all coming. So Jax and everybody was able to safely fall back. Looks like Taric's about to catch Jax here. Jax is going after red buff. He does end up getting it. Now they're going to go in on him, and he goes down fast. He's stunning. He does end up jumping to Swain. But they do get the kill on him, so that's a double buff for Elise. She got the blue up there, so the blue was not from him at least. Just the red buff was from him. So the purple team is now pushing middle. They do end up taking down that turret. And Fiora's going in on the Graves. She does take him down. And he was not really able to do much to her at all, especially with her little ulti there. That ulti is painful because there's nothing you can do when she ultis unless you have AoE. And while he does have AoE, he doesn't have, you know, all around him AoE. It's got to be aimed, which means she would have to be there at that moment. Whereas for somebody like a Moo, his ulti does hit her with its damage. It doesn't stun her, and it doesn't root her, but it does hit her and damage her. So if she was low on life, you know, it'll kill her. But other than that, it doesn't end up working. I never noticed those flowers there. For a second I thought they were actually coming from Elise, but that really wouldn't make sense. Elise is not really a flowery type champion. So Fiora's down bot, she does end up pushing, and she does end up taking that. I wonder what that is. That would be the Ravenous Hydra. Wow. Okay, so she does have the Ravenous Hydra. This one's a new item. It 75 attack damage, 15 health regen per 5 seconds, 10% lifesteal. The damage dealt by that item also works with lifesteal, and then it has the cleave bonus, which her attacks deal up to 60% of your attack damage to units around your target, decaying up to 20% near the edges. And it also has the active of Crescent, which means it deals 100% of your attack damage to units around you, again decaying to 60%. So the blue team did end up getting the mid lane while I was doing all that explaining about that item. They do end up taking that tower. There's a little harassment going on. Rengar took quite a bit of damage, but the blue team actually didn't take much damage. So blue team came out ahead in that little engagement. And if you notice, they are now only 2.9k behind. They have definitely gotten a whole lot closer. Looks like the blue team is thinking about going in on Graves. Graves does end up falling back just in time. They attempted to root him, but it didn't end up happening. So Jax is actually going to go ahead and counter jungle. He's warding there, so he knows if they're coming. He does know that Taric is coming. So he's going to go ahead and fall back because he doesn't want to get stunned and then have the rest of the team go after him. Blue team is still pushing mid, so the purple team has to be there to defend. Nobody ends up getting the raids, even though they really wanted it. And now the purple team is pushing back against blue. Let's see, does Ezreal still have the Baron? He does not have Baron anymore. He does have Iceborne Gauntlets, but yeah, that's just an item. So Baron buff is gone now. Jax is actually split pushing top. So the purple team's going to try to push as hard as they can to take down this tower. Fiora's going back. Oh, she was going to go back, but now she's not. So Jax is actually going back because he sees what they're doing. He's pushed the top lane, so the minions are going to do a decent amount of damage to that tower up there. Ezreal just ultied. So there's a lot of battling going down here. There's the Fiora ulti. She's going in. She was going to try to go ahead and take down the spider, but the spider went up in spider form and is going to escape. She is stunned. She's probably going to... Oh, she does end up living. Jax was able to take out Rengar and all that. Now Graves' Guardian Angel just bought. Jax is going to take that down. Goodbye. Now, Maokai just got caught by Jax. Jax is going in on him. He's going to go ahead and stun. Oh, but he's stunned by Taric, so they are going to go ahead and escape that. But he just got hit by the Swain stun, so Maokai does go down. There's the shutdown gold to Zyra. Gotta love that as the purple team, or the blue team. Elise is going to go ahead and safely escape. Fiora is going to go ahead and push bot really quickly. That little boost there is pretty awesome. I think it's that one, yeah, burst of speed. 120% additional attack damage, not bad. In the meantime, the rest of the purple team's pushing up mid. They're probably going to go ahead and take this tower. She's going to try to take that tower down there. Looks like they are going to get this tower with no problem. There's the Elise spider. There's that tower. And she's going to go ahead and do at least a decent amount of damage to it. I don't know if she's going to get... Oh, yeah, because of that speed burst, she is going to take this down. And then I am probably proved a liar, because there was only 3 minions, so she wasn't able to do it. The purple team says, hey, let's go get that inhib. Blue team's just going off doing their own little thing. Elise is coming in to gank Fiora, but Fiora says, nope, 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 and she's falling back. There's the ping saying, hey, she's probably there. Nope, sorry. So, no kill for you guys. That was a nice ulti by Taric, though. I didn't even see when it happened. Let's see. I want to see... Yep, there it is. He ultied to get the minions and push the lane. Always interesting. I guess it's a short cooldown. It's only 50 seconds, so it's not too bad. But, you know, it's always nice to have inside of a team fight. But I guess in this case, it is true that he won't be he won't be needing it for at least 50 seconds because there's no way that they would be grouped up before then. So I guess it actually does come out alright. I never thought about using it like that. Not sure I will, at least not yet, because I'm not good enough at figuring out when we're going to have an engagement. It's kind of hard sometimes with the low elo because people just tend to randomly get together and do stuff. It's always unexpected. But now the purple team is pushing mid, blue team is just pushing them back. This inhibitor is undefended, so they're not going to be able to fall back to a tower or anything. But they're going to try to do it because there's only 3 members here. Fiora's going to go ahead and get red. Elise is coming down. She's just jungling. Fiora does successfully get the red. Taric is just doing a little stunning, taking damage from him. There's the ping on Jax. Looks like the purple team wants to go get him, but they decided to change their mind. Baron and Dragon are both back up. There's the stun on Swain. Swain does end up using his Zhonya's. He's still going down because the rest of his team was back. Now there's the ulti. I think, yes, there's the Fiora ulti. She's just ripping through them again. Down goes the Rengar. Down goes... No. They do end up taking down Taric. Graves is actually getting really close, but it's now Jace... Or, sorry. Not Jace. Oh, down goes the Graves. Jax does end up taking down Maokai as well. Well, actually, Ezreal gets him, but because of the Maokai stun. Now, she's on the run. She almost got hit by his Q, but she does not end up... So she does end up escaping. But it's now 3 on the blue team up versus 1 on the purple team, and the blue team says, hey, let's go do Baron. She wisely says, okay, well, they're probably going to be getting Baron. She's going to go ahead and take Dragon. She knows she's probably going to be safe to do so, and there's really no reason to leave it sitting there when you know that the enemy team is going to be going and getting Baron. It would be stupid of the enemy team not to. So she got a free Dragon out of it, so they're not as far behind as they would be had she just gone back. But the blue team does get Baron. Everybody but Jax ends up getting the buff. Welcome back, Jax. Right after the buff. But all in all, that was very good for the blue team. And like I said, it's always possible to turn it around. And while they seemed, I'm sure from the inside the game, it seemed like they were really far behind. They really weren't at the time, and now they're catching up, and they are past now. They are now less than a K ahead, but they are still ahead, whereas before they were 5K behind. Jax now went in, was trying to go get the Dragon. No Dragon to be found, so he's just going to go ahead, probably counter jungle. The purple team's going to go ahead and push mid, and Rengar's pushing top, so blue team says, hey, that's there, that's there. Jax is coming in this way. There's no wards here, so the purple team does not know it. One thing they probably want to do is have a few more wards. There's one there, but there's not really many wards spread across the map, so they don't really know where everybody is. And that's one thing that's really important in League of Legends, is to know where people are. As you see here, the blue team has the entire map warded up. You've got a ward there, everywhere. They've got vision on pretty much this entire place, so they know exactly where the enemy team is. Taric now warded here, so that's very good. This is one of the places I like to ward because you can see here, there, and there. And if they're in this bush, you know it, which is always very nice. Blue team has this warded though, so they know Graves is there, they know Taric is there, they know it's safe to push up mid, so they're going to go ahead and push that. The purple team does have a ward here, so they know they're coming, but minions were going to give that away anyway. So they do push the minions off of their tower, so that's safe, and now they're just pushing up mid. Looks like Jax is thinking about coming in for a kill, but the wards do warn Taric and Graves, so they fall back. They do end up getting a little bit of the jungle, but that's no big deal. So the purple team has now fallen back to their tower. Graves actually just went back. He's going to go ahead and buy. So now would be a great time for the blue team to push, but they're not at the moment. And it looks like the Jax and Fiora are actually going to go in on this tower. Fiora just uses her speed up. She just takes down that tower like it's nothing. There we go. It's gone. There's the ping back. Fall back on the purple team. So you can be careful, just in case. So there's another tower for the purple team. They are now 0.8k, 0.7k up ahead. Somewhere between 7 and 8k. 0.7 and 0.8k. Sorry. So Jax is here. He's thinking about coming up behind him. The blue team is all here, so they're going to come in front. He does end up landing the stun on Elise. Now that they go in, looks like Jax is probably going to die soon. Zyra almost died. Jax did not end up dying. I was wrong. Nobody has died yet. There's the Zyra dead to the Rengar. Now Jax is almost dead to Rengar. Rengar's probably going to go down. Rengar does go down to Ezreal. The Graves is about half health, but ended up being a 1-for-1 exchange. Not too bad. Jax got really low, really close to dead, but he did not end up dying. And purple team actually didn't do too poorly in that. They do end up taking down the Zyra, which, you know, while it is only the support, it's still nice to have a kill. And she, I don't know, they probably didn't get overly much gold for her, but it was still gold, you know? Not sure it was really worth Rengar's life, because he did just get a kill, so that was 300 gold for sure for him. But, hey, it was a 1-for-1, which isn't too bad. It was probably an assist for the entire team on both sides, so. Fiora now sees the Graves. She was waiting. She just takes him down fast. She does end up popping his Guardian Angel. She's going to go ahead and fall back. But him not having that Guardian Angel is huge, because in the next battle, he's got to be a whole lot more careful now, because that Guardian Angel is able to make him be a whole lot more cocky in his battles. Just like she has hers. She could die and then not actually die. So she could be right back in the fight just like it was before. And that's how he was, but now, not so much. So while it doesn't seem like much, her taking down that Guardian Angel was really big for her team. It makes the next team fight a whole lot weaker for the purple. Jax is going around warding. Taric's going around warding. Everybody's warding. Jax says, hey, we should get Elise. But then there's Rengar, so he says, nope, never mind, just kidding. He's going to go ahead and fall back. Ezreal, Fiora, and looks like Swain are probably going to be pushing up mid. Jax, I think, still wants to go in on Rengar and Elise. But, he's not going to do it when he's alone. Elise and Rengar are going down mid to go assist there, because as of right now, it's 3 versus 3. But all of the blue team is now getting here. Jax is coming in. Zyra's coming in from behind. So they're probably going to try to at least do some damage to this tower, if not take it. We'll have to see. Baron buff is gone, so they don't have that bonus going for them. They actually just pinged top, so it looks like they're going to go ahead and take top, which is really good. When the enemy team is here, you get bottlenecked. You don't want to have that. You don't want to be bottlenecked under the tower. So just leave them. Say, oh, we don't care about you. We're just going to go take top. So that ends up being free gold. Always very nice. They're actually waiting in this bush. They're kind of hoping that the enemy team just comes through here. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Actually, never mind. I was wrong. There goes Maokai. He does ward there. Graves and Maokai are there. And out they go. There's the root on both Graves and Maokai. Graves is melting pretty fast. Jax is going in on him. Jax does get rooted, but he does... the Graves does go down to the Ignite by Swain. Now Jax is going in on Maokai. He's going to go and try to do it. Maokai flashes out to escape. There's the Zhonya's from Swain. Swain lives through that fine. There's the root from Swain on Rengar. Rengar's going to go down by Rengar. Taric says, oh crap, guys. Tries to run away. Maokai is running away as well. This tower is gone for the blue team. And they're probably going to take this tower, and I would think this inhib. They may end up pushing to win the game, but I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see. They're definitely going to get this tower, and almost definitely this inhib. Yeah, this inhib is just melting. They pinged this tower. They're going to go ahead and try to go in on it. Not much just Taric and Maokai can do. There's still 30 seconds before most of the rest of the purple team is up. They are going to go ahead and just take down Maokai. They say, whatever. We don't care. And there's that tower gone. And here goes the final ending. Boom. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and pause this here. Boom. Yes. Sound keeps playing. It's always very interesting to me. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the items now, and then we'll get to see the ending. You know, victory. But, let's see. Rengar has Randuin's Omen, Black Cleaver, Sunfire Cape, Hex Drinker, and Ninja Tabby. We've got Maokai, who has the Luck of the Iron Solari, which he used to great effect. The Spirit of the Ancient Golem, 500 health. This is a new item as well. It builds off of the Jungler item. It has 500 health, 30 armor, 14 health regen per second, 7 mana regen per 5. Damage dealt to monsters increased by 25%, and it has tenacity. He's... oh. Apparently, did not realize you could do that. Alright, so he's got Zeke's Herald. He's got the Home Guard, Boots of Mobility. Home Guard is the enchant that when you're at the fountain, it speeds you up if you've been out of combat. He's got Ruby Sightstone. Again, I think this is a good item for a tank to have. He's got the 300 health from that, and it allows you to assist Taric or the support with the wards, which is great. And he's got Crystalline Flask. Very nice item. Graves has his Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Guardian Angel, which was popped, remember that? Yep. Last Whisper, Berserker's Greaves with the Furor enchant, and a pickaxe. We've got Taric with Philosopher's Stone, Chalice of Harmony. That's interesting. I don't build that. Ionian Boots of Lucidity, Ruby Sightstone, Twin Shadows, which is a new item. 50 ability power, 30 magic resist, 5% movement speed, and you summon ghouls that go off and seek enemy champions. If they touch them, they slow them. And he's got the Runic Bulwark. Got Elise, she has Rabadon's, Leander's Torment, Rylai's, Glacial Shroud, Sorcerer's Shoes, and her Crystalline Flask. And then on the blue team, we've got Jax with a Shirelia's, Wriggles, Phage, Sightstone, Stinger, and Mercury Struts. Swain's got his Crystalline Flask, Blasking Wand, Chalice of Harmony. That is a good item on him. I could definitely see building it on him with his ulti. Sorcerer's Shoes, Rod of Ages. That's always a good one on Swain. Makes him tanky. Zanya's Hourglass. Very nice. Fiora has the Ravenous Hydra I mentioned earlier. Guardian Angel, Last Whisper. She's got the Furor enchant on her Berserker's Greaves as well. The Brutalizer. And she's got a Doran's Blade. Zyra has just regular Boots of Speed. Lock of the Iron Solari, Shirelia's, Aegis the Legion, and a Mikhail's Crucible, which is one of the new items. 300 mana, 40 magic resist, 9 mana regen per 5, increases mana regen per 1% for the mana. It builds off of the Chalice of the Harmony, obviously. And it has the active of Restoration, which it gets rid of any CC on an ally and heals them, which is not bad. And then we've got Ezreal with an Iceborne Gauntlet, which I see built on Ezreal quite a bit now. That Spellblade pass is really nice, and it seems to be much more reliable than Trinity Force for the slow. And he's got a Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Quicksilver Sash to break out of the Maokai and Taric Stun. Very good item. BF Sword, and then he's got the Berserker's Greaves of Fiora as well. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this game. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Bye.